Hello, welcome once again to this course. So, in this course, we'll be looking into pseudo classes. So, what are pseudo classes? Pseudo classes are keyword or added to a selector. They modify the behavior of an element, or you can say pseudo class lets you style a specific state of a selected element. So now in this my page, I have something like this, an anchor tag with what? Click here. So over here in my browser, you can see here is the text. Click here with underline. This is the default state of what? A anchor tag. So here I can decide to do something like this. Let's say a, then column, single column. That is what is represented with what? Pseudo class. So I can have something like this, and then let's say color should be blue, and then what else? Let's say text decoration none. So over here in my browser, you see the color is blue and the underline is no more there, right? So let's go back again. You can do some other things like still on anchor tag, and then here I can decide to choose active, right? So I can decide when it is active, have a color of, let's say, blue violet, and then font size of 25 pixels. So over here in my browser, how I'm going to see the active state is as when I hover on the text and I right click, you see, is now I can see the color blue violet and then that of font size 25 pixels. So that's how the active work. Still, I can still do more things. Can decide to say anchor tag, then my column, single column, and then that of what? Visited. Sorry, visited, right? So here, what am I going to do? Okay, when it's visited, I want it to have the color of what? Red, and probably font weight of what? Let's say font weight of 700. So this is how it is. So over here in my browser, so if I try, you see it's already red. Why? Because visited means I'm clicking, like if I'm trying to navigate through the link to another page. So if I click on the link, you see, I've navigated to another page. This is another page where I say, wow, that is correct. So if I go back, so you see how the color is red now. So if you notice, when I'm about clicking the link or when I click the link, you see, so if you click it, it tries to, like, it will take the style immediately. So what it means that is visited. That is, the user is trying to navigate through the link. So that is the action of visited. So when the user tries to navigate through the link, you see, it will apply the style. So that is the action of what? Visited. So there's so many other ones. So we have the last one, or we can say another one called what? Hover, the hover effect, right? So over here in the hover effect, I can have many things. Let's say when I hover on it, let the color should be equals, let me for another different color. Let's say something like this, right? And then font size should be, let's say, 30 pixels. So over there, let me go back to my page. So if I hover on it, let me clear all this one. So if I hover on it, you see, the style applies, right? Good. So there are many other ways I can still use the hover effect. So let's say, for example, let me clear the whole of this and clear this also. Let me say I have a list. Um, let's say a ULLOI times 5. So let's say I have a hello, hello, hello in all of them. Sorry. So I have hello in all of them, right? So I mean something like this. So I can come here to decide to give it a hover effect. So I can say UL, or I can say better stay LI on hover have a background color of, or let me say on hover color should be red. So over here in my browser, if I hover on it, you can see the colors are red. Okay, let me add it more functionality. Let's say on hover, I want you to have a background color of blue and a color of red. So here you can see, okay, so something like this, right? So there are many other things. So you can still use the not functionality, something like this. Okay, so I can have something like this. So what I mean, anything that is not hovered on, to have a background color of, let's say, brown, or let's say something like this, and color, okay, let's say something like this. I think there is a mistake here. So have a background color of this. So if I go over to my browser, you see the ones that are not hovered on is already having the background color, except when I come here and hover on something. So you see the ones that are hover has a different background color and a color. So but the ones that are not hovered, you see how it is, right? So going back to what my VS Code, I can say okay, there are more functionality to use. So I can come here and say cancel this one. Impossible, cancel this one still, and then have something like this, and then the nth child, then on hover. Okay, sorry. So this the nth child. So I can decide to have the nth child to have a font size of what, 30 pixels, and a color of blue. So something like this. So now if I come here and say nth child of 1, over here in my browser, you see only one have the styling. So I can come here and say nth child of 2, nth child of 3, nth child of 4, and so on and so forth. You can decide to say nth child of 5. Good. So I can start to select it by odd numbers, maybe say odds, then all the odd numbers are selected, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, thereabouts. So or I can even choose it to be what, even numbers. So you see all the even numbers, 2, 4, thereabouts. So that's how you can make use of what, your pseudo class. You can even have something like, let's say, 3n. So what it means is that the three numbers, for example, if I should increase this my list, so over here now you can see the effect of this. So in my browser I have something like this. So the 3n means after three numbers, right? You can see 1, 2, 3 here, then 4, 5 this one, 7, 8 this one. So after three numbers on the third line of every list. So that's how you have. So you can have it to be 2n. 2n will be after two numbers. So you see it, 1, the second one, then 4, 3, the fourth one, then 5, the sixth one, 7, the eighth one, just like that. So you can even make it 4, 4n. So it will not be after 4 number. That is 1, 2, 3, the fourth one. Then 5, 6, 7, just like that. I hope you understood everything and you find this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.